Hey, baby, I'll get your number after the show. Oh, Jan? Hello, I'm Shawn Silvis. Welcome to Channel 137 News. In today's news, Mrs. Talmenrenner was caught playing beach volleyball with Bigfoot. DJ Borjos and Mr. Secar were caught stealing comic books with Mr. Kabelka. And the girls' soccer team won the state championship. Nah! What's this? Oh my God, we just got breaking news. There's been a creature terrorizing the town of Geneva. Field reporter Steve O'Gronick joins us with more.
Thank you, Shawn. I'm here in Geneva with the creature that has been terrorizing the countryside recently. And sir, the number one question on everybody's mind. Why? Why have you been doing these random acts of terror?
These weren't just random acts of terror. There was a series of events that led up to this moment. It all started when I found this house and I was really hungry and I needed some food. So I walked up the deck where I saw a door, a screen door, and I opened it. I looked inside curiously to see if there was any threat in my way. As I didn't see any, I proceeded to continue to look for my food. I didn't know where to look at first, so I just picked a random door and I opened it. And I proceeded to look around inside the door. And that's when I saw it. Glorious food everywhere for what I can choose, whatever I want. And there's pretty good stuff in there. So I closed the door because I didn't have anything to eat with. So I walked over to the cupboard where I proceeded to open it. And I saw utensils that I could use possibly to eat the food with. And I closed the cabinet. And I got hit by a broom. It hurt, really made me mad. So I ran out of the house. I was pretty scared too. But her shrieks as I was running, they brought upon the neighbors of where she lived. And as I ran, they followed me and they proceeded to throw stones at me. And I had to dodge them and they hurt. And I just ran and I just stopped.
Is that all, sir? That event doesn't seem like it'd be enough to make someone do such a sickening...
I'm not done yet. There's more. As I proceeded to walk through the forest, I picked up sticks because I was mad from when I got hit with the rock and broom. And I just continued to beat on trees. And then I threw the stick down as I kept on walking. And then I came across a cabin. And it kind of startled me at first, so I looked around curiously. I tried to get a closer look, so I hid behind a tree in case anyone was around. And I tried to hide from any suspicious eyes. As I proceeded, I saw there was ways I could look through the cabin inside. So I crouched down and looked through one of the cracks. I proceeded to look around inside the house, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I had to rub them. And when I looked back, I saw this glorious house. It was amazing. And I just had to get into it, inside somehow. I walked into the house, and there was a man sitting down in a chair. He didn't notice me at first, and he kind of saw with his hands, rubbing around and stuff. And he started touching my face in every way. And he started, slapping me and stuff. And he rubbed his hands through my hair. It felt good. And he started looking, and all of a sudden, I saw someone coming through the door. And it scared me. I didn't know who it was, and it was his grandson yelling, "Get off my grandfather!" And he came towards me, and we started fighting, and I got mad, so I threw him down. And I tried to warn the guy to, back him off, but it didn't work. And he picked up a stick and he just started beating me and beating me and beating me. So I ran out, pushed him down. I came out and it hurt, so I yelled. And my back was hurting, so I needed a break. And I ran to a tree. And then I looked over and I saw sticks lying on the ground. And a thought came to my mind. So I walked towards them. And I kept on contemplating, should I do it or not? And then I decided, yes. So I started rubbing them, trying to get a fire going. And I just kept rubbing it. It just wouldn't work. It just smoked. So I just had enough. So I threw it down. I pulled out a lighter. And I caught it on fire, caught the stick. And I proceeded towards the cabin where I lit it up. And it went up in a blaze. It was small at first, but once it caught, it turned into a blazing fire. I sat there looking at it with a happy sensation inside of me. I looked towards the debris of what was left, and I threw the stick into it. I was happy with what I've done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
The final and last thing that pushed me over the edge is when I actually try and do something good, someone mistakes it for something totally different.
After the fire, I found a path, so I decided to walk down it. I was just thinking, and then this little girl ran by. Not much concern to me. So I just continued to walk, thinking, contemplating. Where did I come from? What am I? I didn't really know. So I just continued as I got farther and farther away from that little girl. And then I hear a shriek and I see a splash. I jump off. I take my jacket off and I run towards it. I leap in and I emerge with the little girl who fell in. And as I approach, I look up and I see a guy with the gun. He says, "Hey freak, drop her." And he aims a gun towards me. So I get a little closer and I have to throw her down. And I back up. He shoots me in the shoulder. And I run. I look down. My vision's getting blurry. I look at my hands and they're covered in blood. I don't really remember what happened after that. I just kind of stumble around. And then I just fall.
That is so pathetic. You call that an excuse for the terrible deeds that you have done?
I'm sick of people harassing me.
Let's go. Maybe I can get some more questions out of him. Man, he's fast. But I gotta keep up with him.
I'm so ugly. Why doesn't anyone like me?
Sir, please, just a moment of your time. I only have a few more questions.
I said stop harassing me.